Hello friends, welcome back. Today's Pick a Card Tarot reading is guidance to help you through Mercury Retrograde. This is being filmed in February 2020 for the current Mercury Retrograde, but if you are stumbling upon this for future retrogrades, then it still applies. It's just general advice. That's just when I'm filming it. But I do want you to know that this is timeless for different retrograde seasons, okay? So this tarot pick a card actually, it's probably going to go up on my Facebook before this video actually goes up, just because my videos have been a little bit behind on schedule. So if you've already seen this on my Facebook, then yeah, I'm sorry. I do go into a little bit more detail in the video than I do on the Facebook. But if you haven't seen my Facebook pick a cards, then I will link my Facebook page down in the top pinned comment, as well as the card selections. So anyways, long enough intro. Let's get into this tarot pick a card. So the card on the left with the black tourmaline is pile number 1. The card in the middle with the amethyst is pile number 2. And the card on the right with the green calcite is pile number 3. So again, the timestamps will be listed down below, and this all has to do with advice to help you survive this Mercury retrograde. So let's get started with pile number 1. The Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so the Ace of Pentacles is all about receiving. It's about receiving a gift. You see this hand of God coming down and handing you this pentacle. This is a new opportunity. You even see this gateway here. Like the gateway is open, and what's on the other side is yours to discover. So some people say that during Mercury retrograde, you really should not be making big decisions because, you know, a negative mindset about Mercury retrograde is that bad things happen and, you know, it's not time to be making big decisions. But what this card is telling me is that if an opportunity presents itself, then it is time to go for it, especially if this is an opportunity that you are really excited for, something you've been planning for, something you've been manifesting. If this opportunity presents itself during this Mercury retrograde, don't be afraid, okay? Go for it. Now, I do want to remind you that, you know, it's a good time to especially if you feel vulnerable to the energies surrounding Mercury retrograde, it is a good time to make sure that you are reading contracts thoroughly. You're really looking into the deeper details of any big decisions that you're making. But ultimately, that's good advice no matter when we have to make big decisions. But if you are vulnerable to the energies around this time, make sure you are, you know, just double checking everything and making sure that you are feeling in alignment with everything that is happening and that you are in agreement with everything that is happening. Okay, pile number 1. So that is your advice to survive this Mercury retrograde. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video. So pile number 2 with the amethyst. Let's see what your card is. Okay, we have the Hanged Man. This gentleman hangs by his foot in this tree, and he's there willingly. You know, he is taking time for reflection, to pause, and to be extra critical of the situation. So I feel like with this card, I'm feeling you guys, whoever picked pile number 2, may feel more vulnerable to the energies during Mercury retrograde. And so this is a message of caution, saying that it's time to slow down, time to be cautious and critical. But again, it doesn't mean to not go for your dreams, very much like pile number 1. If your dreams present themselves, it's just about looking at it from a different perspective. Make sure that you're dotting all I's, crossing all T's, and you're really taking the time to do things properly. If you find yourself suddenly uneasy with things, especially things that you were excited for, that is going to be an extra warning that it is time to be very cautious around this situation. You want to make sure that you are comfortable moving forward with all ideas. And if you're not, then it's time to slow down. It's time to maybe put some ideas on hold for the moment. I mean, there's no rush, right? Things take time, and if now is not the right time for this, then that's okay. It just means you might need to slow down a little bit, take a pause, just reflect upon the situation like this Hanged Man is doing. But again, it's, as you can see with this card, like he's got this halo of light around his head, which really makes me think that it's really time to not so much act from your heart, but really act from your mind and your intelligence. So again, making sure that you're comfortable with the ideas put forth, making sure you're comfortable with any changes that are being made, and just listen to yourself. If there's a light bulb going off, it kind of looks like a light bulb is turned on, going off. I meant turning on. If there's a light bulb, turning on above your head, and it's saying like, oh, whether it's a warning flag or an idea, it's just slow down, really consider all options. Okay, pile number 2. So that is my message for you about how to survive this Mercury retrograde. If you enjoyed this reading, please hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. So pile number 3, those of you who picked this green calcite, let's see what your card is. Ooh, the Magician. I love seeing this card, especially around Mercury retrograde, because it is a wonderful reminder that you are in control of your own destiny. You are a creator. Whether you think Mercury retrograde negatively affects you or whether you think it doesn't have an effect on you, you're right. Because our thoughts become things, and our thoughts control what happens to us in our lives, right? It's the law of attraction. If you go into Mercury retrograde expecting bad things to happen, then guess what? You're right. It's not going to go very well. But if you go into Mercury retrograde, just with understanding that Mercury going backwards is really only an illusion, and it's not really happening like on a cosmic scale, like Mercury doesn't actually go back in its orbit, it's just an illusion, then we realize that, well, kind of everything around us is an illusion, right? And we are creating our own realities. So I think very important advice for you for this Mercury retrograde season is just focus on gratitude, focus on what it is that you want to happen. Keep focusing on your dreams, your manifestations, those positive things in your life. Just keep focusing on how amazing this astrological period can be. You don't need to focus on the negative. Focus on what it is that you want. Okay? If we look at this Magician here, like he's got everything on the table in front of him. He's got his swords, his cup, his pentacle, his wand, and he is just, he is the master of his destiny. He is creating what it is that he wants to see, and you are capable of doing the same thing within your life. Okay, pile number 3, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Love, light, and happiness to all of you. Have a fantastic day. Bye.